Let's rank East of Eden by John Steinbeck on a scale from S to F. This book was an absolute joy to read. I'm going to deep dive into the things that I like about this book and then the things that I didn't like about this book. In terms of the things that I love, it's the theme. The theme is amazing. I love that he is retelling the story of Cain and Abel. I was recently listening to Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon, and he talks about how basically every single thing that we create is just a recreation of something that inspires us. And I think that it's really cool that he was inspired by the Bible and then retold the story in a modernized version. I feel like the theme and the core message is just super powerful in this book because it's telling us that we are all descendants of Cain, the bad brother, but that we can still choose good despite and choose our fate. And I also like how he explores the idea of Adam Trask and how this character is supposed to be good, right? He's the representation of good, but he's so good and so ignorant to the bad of the world that he actually becomes bad. And I find this such a cool insight because I think about myself and my flaws, and sometimes I just would love to just erase all my flaws, but when I really think about it, those flaws are what make me compassionate and able to prevent harm to others. If you don't know what is harming others, how are you supposed to stop it? And I felt like that was really cool. I'm at a really cool point in my journey right now because I feel like I can compare different books. When I was reading East of Eden, I was also thinking about Charles Dickens and A Tale of Two Cities because they're very similar in a lot of ways. They both have a lot of characters that intertwine and come together for the plot. I think this was a downside though with East of Eden because I think I was like 5 chapters away from the end and they were still introducing new characters and I was kind of over it by that point. Another thing that I didn't quite understand was the narrator of the story. So later after I finished the book, I Googled this and it turns out that the narrator is Samuel Hamilton's grandson. And I thought that he would somehow tie into the plot by the end and that we would understand why he was telling the story, but that never kind of happened. So with all that being said, I ended up ranking the book an A on my tier because it wasn't quite perfect, but it's a great story and I definitely recommend it. The next book that I'm going to be ranking is called The Odyssey by Homer, which has been amazing so far. And then after that, I'm doing The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn because I'm currently living in Missouri.